Clyde's got his boots on, sitting in the old recliner, screen glow with pixel barns, ain't nobody finer. Tractors on the TV, harvesting the rows, corn and wheat in perfect lines, how that bounty grows. Kids around the kitchen, but Clyde don't even hear. He's facing down tornadoes, fighting virtual fears. Ranching through the seasons, from summer to the frost. Clicking through the hayfields where no seed is lost. Playing farmer on a screen, feels so real and true. Got his heart in every pixel, doing what he loved to do. Sun setting o'er the fields, his hands never tired. Clyde's farm simulator keeps his old soul on fire. Grandpa's dusty tractor still sitting in the shed, but Clyde's got a new one in that digital homestead. Plowing through the night, moonlight on the hay, dreaming of the harvest in an artificial way. Wife hollers dinner time, but he's in a virtual trance, swatting at mosquitoes in a make-believe expanse. Cornfield in the software, chickens on the move. Life's a lot simpler when you don't need to prove. Playing farmer on a screen feels so real and true. Got his heart in every pixel, doing what he loved to do. Sun setting o'er the fields, his hands never tired. Clyde's farm simulator keeps his old soul on fire. Playing farmer on a screen feels so real and true. Got his heart in every view, got his heart in every pixel, doing what he loved to do. Sun setting o'er the fields, his hands never tossed. Clutch farm simulator never will expire. Playing farmer on a screen feels so real and true. Got his heart in every pixel, doing what he loved to do. Sun setting o'er the fields, his hands never tired. Clyde's farm simulator keeps his old soul on fire. Oh, never will expire.
Welcome back to Clyde's Farm, everybody, and welcome to episode 16 of our wonderful Western Wilds series. We left you a short time ago in game with our worker liming our sugar beet field. As you can see, it's not that far off finishing. Plan for the rest of September anyway is we will finish this liming. We will go and get whatever lime we can out of our factory, park the limer up, pick up the fertilizer spreader, do the first stage of fertilization, drop the fertilizer spreader, pick up the planter, plant the sugar beet. Whilst the sugar beet is planting, I'm going to go and do that job of tidying up the wood, and then when the planting is finished, we'll drop the seeder off, pick up the fertilizer spreader and do the second stage of fertilization, and that will be our jobs done for the day and the field ready, growing and sorting itself out. We won't have to touch it again until we need to harvest it. So quite happy how things are progressing. We will have cows on the ground by December at the latest, providing we don't get any. I keep saying we're going to get cows and then something else comes up and I spend some more money, so never say never, but that's the cunning plan. And then we're sort of, before I started, I was like, if we get cows on the ground in year 3, that's probably as good as it's going to get, but we are actually going to be doing it towards the end of year 2, so we're ahead of schedule there. We've got a plan moving forward, so we know what we're doing. We know we're going to need a load of money to be able to do that, so it's going to be harvesting and selling and mowing and selling and things like that. But also, as we spoke about before, it's all about cutting your costs. So getting self-sufficient with your seed, getting self-sufficient with your fertilizer, getting self-sufficient with your lime. That's all money you then don't have to go and spend at the shop. So although we've got the goal of where we want to go, there's mini goals on the way, just to help us get towards the bigger goals, the more expensive goals. We know the cow barn is going to cost us 500,000, give or take, by the time we've put it down and it's done a bit of landscaping and we've done the bits that we need to do. One thing I didn't look at, to be honest, so let's just go into cows. So I normally use these ones. I've used that one, that was fantastic. 300 cows you can get in there. Now this one, see, do I go? No, because they don't have pastures on them, and that's why I went for this one, is because I want my cows to roam free, and that's why it's costing us that amount of money. So no, I'm going to stick to the original plan, and I want to see my cows outside rather than locked in a shed all the time. It's detrimental to our bank account, but certainly beneficial to the views on our farm. So is this the last run? Or no, he's going to have to go back down there and then back up this way. But that's another course laid in, which again is why I want to do that with the fertiliser. Not that the fertilising will take long, because it's got a 42 metre spread, I think it is. You can see why we want to be self-sufficient on lime, because we're going to use, I don't know, what did we start on? Nearly 15,000. We're going to use 10,000 litres, aren't we, minimum? Which means we need 20,000 litres in the farm factory to get 10,000 litres of lime. At the moment our whole world is banking on getting big bucks from the silage bales. I think next month what we'll do, we'll use course play again, because I did successfully mow a field with course play for the first time ever. So I think what we'll do is we'll get the mowers on the tractor, set that off mowing, and then concentrate on the harvester on the barley, because we know the harvester there's more barley on that field than the harvester can handle. But we can drive the harvester to the farm factory and empty it. And if we just look at our seeds, we've got 56,000, which is a full load in our planter. So we put another 56,000 in there. That's 2 full loads we've got. And my big decision at the moment is what we do with that field. Do we just keep going on barley for now and just keep building our seeds up, and then switch that field to oat eventually, because the flavoured milk factory, which is the one that's going to take the oat, is going to be the second of our milk using productions. So, you know, because we're going to sort cows out first, we could be looking at, I don't know, a year, maybe 2 years down the line before we actually need any oat. I think that might be sensible, you know, or even if we keep sorting the field out with barley until it needs ploughing, and then switch it over to oat. That does sound a bit sensible, if I'm honest. Because that would mean, in the meantime, every crop of barley that we do get, we are still getting straw for the cows, and we're building our seed stock up, which, you know, we could get to the point where we've got enough seed to last us the series. I think it's only wheat and barley that you can turn into seed through that farm factory. Wheat takes an extra month to grow. So yeah, I do genuinely believe that is the sensible option on where we are, where we're going, and what we're doing. So we'll get the fertiliser spreading on a coarse clay course. So into there, create job. There we go. Now let's save this. So save. Right, so he's away doing that. So what we will do is, I know he's not going to take very long, but let's see if we can't tidy up some of these wood piles. So we need to turn our super strength on, otherwise we won't be able to pick these big logs up. But what we want to do is maybe throw them over the top somehow. Probably going to come bouncing back, aren't they? But we have got plenty of wood in the sawmill. Look, that's not fair, is it? At the top. Maybe I can't sort these ones because there's just not enough room and I've got too much wood in there, but we'll persevere for a minute and see what happens. I'm getting a few to stick up there. That one wasn't very good. About this chunky boy. No, not really. Right, what about if we put him in? Oh no, stuck on the roof. Yeah, that got him up there. Right, so we've got these little thin ones which we should be able to get in. Oh, I thought that was going to clear it. That's not, is it? Just literally want to get them in so that they're usable. He's coming back. Oh, he went right over the back. Right, so I think maybe that one, and then maybe that little tiny thin one there. And that one's definitely a lot better. So what can we do along here? Not a lot by the looks of it. Will you just sit there? Yes, you will. Right. Let's say these might not even be a problem. I'm just a bit paranoid. Do you know what? What I really should do is just leave them and see what happens. Because I might be panicking over nothing. So we was going to have a look at the sugar mill 80,000. So although it's expensive, it's 10 grand cheaper than I thought it was going to be. So I'll use that as a positive. Instead of wow, that's really expensive, let's go for wow, that was 10 grand cheaper than we thought it was going to be. Seeding, planting will take a while, because it always does. Because the first spreader has only got to go up the way and then back down the way. We did fill our planter up, so there's a 50,000 litres of seed in there. And the fertilizer spreader will definitely have enough to do the second stage. And then when we're done that, we'll go and fill it up with what we've just bought. Although that might actually end up being off camera, as I'm just conscious on how long the planter is going to take. Other good news today, obviously Florida has been, not that this is good news, this part anyway, Florida has been battered by another hurricane, but we have spoken to our friends, more like family to be honest, that are over there, and everybody is safe, so that's a good thing. It's also Friday tomorrow. That's a good thing. The weekend is looming. Which means lots of farming, lots of videos, lots of episodes. And hopefully, he says, sitting here with fingers and toes crossed, lots of progress. Because we're only 4.5 weeks away from FS25. And I've said this before, even though I said I am not jumping on the bandwagon, I know I will. So it would be nice to get this series done, so that as soon as 25 comes out, we can crack straight on with it and explore it together. And I'm fairly sure I shall make many mistakes on it, because things will be different. So off to get the planter to plant sugar beet, which again, let's look at positives. I really didn't envisage planting sugar beet at this early stage, but we're I suppose we're doing a bit of future proofing, to be honest. Let's get a course, what I was trying to say, sorted for the planting. Great job. So that's going to be seed on 42. And sugar beet. Let's get him away. To get to his first waypoint, we'll find out exactly how long he's going to take. And then what we're going to do is we're going to explore some of our upcoming costs. So yeah, he's going to take about 20 minutes to do this. So we know that we are going to be putting in that, which is 484,000, and we are also going to be putting in that, So that pretty much is 500,000 right there. Then we are going to need to put a dairy in, so I'm going to call it 510,000 at the moment. 580,000 with the dairy. A couple of the trailers, it's about 10 grand each, so that's 600,000. And what else was we also going to do? We was going to do, and I don't know if it's in productions. Uh, 600, so 655,000. Why is that with refueling? Not that it matters. 655,000. I think it's in silos. No, I'm looking for. We're going to have to put one of them in, so that's 685,000. It's not them. It's not them. Oh, please tell me I've got them installed. I think these are one of them things I always struggle. It's definitely not a selling point. It's definitely not there. Not exactly what they look like. I maybe don't have them activated at the moment. They're not greenhouses, they're not them. They are classed as silos, but I don't think they show up as a silo. No, I don't think I've got them on here, so I'll make sure that they're on for next time, but don't think they're expensive. I've got 30,000 in my head, so we're probably going to need just over 700,000 maybe. Local Hell's Angels just went past. That's what I call them anyway. Let's just have a look as well. I'm sure they were 7. They are 7. 7 months. Okay. Come back, come back, come back. Thank you. Right, I'm just going to go quiet for a minute and let you watch this while I sort out a video. Okay, I am back. So that is the only issue with recording back-to-back episodes is just having to upload, process, publish the previous one before this one is finished to give me a fighting chance to get this one uploaded as well. Some thoughts going forwards for the channel. Obviously I've not advertised anything anywhere yet. There's not many people knowing that I'm doing content. I'm sure we'll pick up a few subscribers along the way. I am considering making a website around Clyde's farm, so people can keep up to date with what we're doing, goals, missions, plans, pictures, that sort of thing. Might be quite interesting. I might get me spreadsheet going again so people can see where we are with fields and how long it's going to take them to grow and that sort of thing. So yeah, thinking about that, and possibly this weekend, as far as I'm aware, I've got nothing on, so I might have a go at live streaming, and that might become when it's possible, a weekend thing, that we try and get one, maybe two live streams in. So I don't really know what I'm doing. Somebody on Farm Sim Snowy's Discord was good enough to put some instructions on there for me, which hopefully I'll be able to follow. And I'm sure I can get somebody, even if they don't watch it all, just to jump on at the start and tell me whether they can hear me and things like that, because I know I've had a few sound issues, which again, you know, these bits and pieces that we're doing at the moment is me trying to hone a few skills before 25 comes out. And I say hone a few skills, I mean in the YouTube world, and then we'll take it from there once 25 is out, and hopefully I sort of know what I'm doing, maybe ish. We're coming up to 12:30 in game, so we've still got plenty of time. So we've only got to fertilise after the planting is finished. I think everything is going to, for once, fall into place with regards to getting all the jobs done and the episode ending. So a few jobs on tomorrow, which I might get started off camera. I certainly won't get them finished. But if I can get a few jobs done off camera, that gets us a bit closer to the cow goal, when everything starts to get interesting. One thing I don't know at the moment, which I'm going to have to do a test at some point, is whilst I've got a 3-screen setup. So at the moment I've got OBS on my left screen, Farm Sim on my centre screen, and Discord on my right screen. So if I'm currently focused on the Farm Sim screen, and I have the sound coming through my speakers, and therefore I'm going to presume that everybody watching has got sound with the video. Now if I click onto the OBS screen or the Discord screen, I obviously lose the sound from my speakers because I'm no longer focused on the Farm Sim screen. But do you guys lose the sound as well? That is my conundrum. So 8 minutes left on the seeding. Fuel is going down on the John Deere already. We said before, but just to recap, so my drivable equipment, when the repairs get into the red, that's when I will take them off to the shop and get them repaired, resprayed and sorted out. Tools, implements, so things like the planter, when that gets into the red, that's when I deem it to be broken beyond economical repair, and I have to spend hard-earned cash on buying a new one. It just, for me anyway, it keeps the game not so much realistic, because if I was a real farmer I would be spending money on getting it repaired, but when you get into the later stages of the game you end up with more money than you know what to do with, so it gives you something to keep spending money on. And I think in this series we'll do our usual goal of 25 million and all of the productions that we wanted running, or FS25, whichever comes sooner. Might actually have a look at the pre-orders again this weekend. I wasn't going to pre-order it, but there's one called the Collector's Edition, and it comes with a USB operated ignition key, which sounds interesting at the moment, and I'm sure will become very boring very quickly, but I still might buy it. Although to be honest I can probably just buy a USB ignition key from Amazon or somewhere like that and just map it and do, I don't know. I do like to collect useless bits of junk. nothing has happened on the cake front yet. I know there is chocolate cake downstairs. It was the wife's birthday yesterday, and we had an Indian takeaway, and we had chocolate birthday cake that we didn't actually open because we were both too full after eating our curries. In fact, I was that full I took half of it to work today, so I got to savour it again. So I'm fairly confident cake will be delivered within the next 20 minutes to half an hour. So just after just over 3 minutes to go on the seeding, or planting as it should be. I hope course play gets sorted out for FS25. There is a GPS system, from what I've seen, for the workers, which may be absolutely fine. But I'm so used to course play now. Don't get me wrong, I don't know much about it. I know the basics. I know enough to get me going, and especially, like I said, sort of later on in the game where you've got multiple things to do all at the same time. Course play is a bit of a godsend because you can jump in this tractor, set that off with that, jump in another tractor, set that off with that, jump in your mower, set that off, and then go and feed your cows or the other jobs that you need to do. Some of the bits on 25 look cool, some look a bit weird. I did watch a video the other day of a tornado coming through a farm and causing damaged trees and stuff like that. So that could be good, or it could be bad. I think it's a bit like snow. I think the snow looks good, adds a really nice element to 22. Although, there's daft things like you drive through the snow, it's slippy, it's slidey, but you don't actually leave any tracks behind, which is a bit weird. Can be very annoying when you've got lots of jobs to do and it snows and you can't get any of your jobs done. Although I've never tried, like, if the field is covered in snow, what happens if you get a snow plough out? Can you clear the snow off that field and then carry on and do your jobs, or does that destroy your crop, or does it not make any difference whatsoever? Answers to those questions I will probably never find out, not with the release of 25 looming. I shall just, rather than turn snow off, I'll just carry on being angry and annoyed when it does snow. So you guys don't need to watch me go and park implements. So what I'll do is I'll just drop this next to the fert spreader, pick up the fert spreader and get that away again, and then I'll put things away off camera. So this is why I like course play. So hook it up, sugar beet, clear that course, load your perk course, and get him going. So our crop map should be light blue, yes. And then once this gets going, it should turn dark blue, which means our field work has got everything done that it needs doing once this finishes. So if we look now, there you go, you can see a dark blue patch where it's sprayed. So I'll tell you what we'll do, folks, we will end this one a little bit early to give me a fighting chance of getting it uploaded and published. And next time I see you all, we will be in October, and we will be harvesting our barley and mowing our silage grass. So again, hope you're still enjoying it, enjoying my mistakes and a lot of my waffle, and we'll see you next time out. So thanks for watching, everybody, and catch you all later.
The sun sinking low, painting fields in golden light. The cattle graze slow as day turns into night. Tractor in the barn, day's work finally done. Peace settles in underneath the setting sun. Grandpa's on the porch, rocking to and fro with a carved wooden pipe, watching the fireflies glow. The crickets start to sing a soft evening tune. The shadows grow long beneath the rising moon. Sunset on the farm, day's end brings a sigh, with a carved wooden pipe, watching the fireflies glow. The crickets start to sing a soft evening tune as shadows grow long beneath the rising moon. Sunset on the farm, day's end brings a sigh, with the stars up above in the clear country sky. Worries fade away as night begins to charm. Nothing feels as right as sunset on the farm. The fields are quiet now, not a soul around, just the whispering wind and the old house gentle sound. Mama's in the kitchen, making one last meal, with love in every bite, a warmth you can feel. Kids are in their beds, tuckered out from play, dreaming of adventures they had through the day. Hay bales stacked up high, standing tall and proud, underneath the blanket of the evening shroud. Sunset on the farm, day's end brings a sigh, with a carved wooden pipe, watching the fireflies glow. The crickets start to sing a soft evening tune as shadows grow long beneath the rising moon. Sunset on the farm, day's end brings a sigh, with the stars up above and the clear country sky. Worries fade away as night begins to charm. Nothing feels as right as sunset on the farm.